Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is News at 12. In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay has distributed 720 first aid bags to barangays across the province. According to Ryan G. Bonina, coordinator of the Albay Provincial Health Office Disaster Risk Reduction Management in Health, this initiative is part of the province's logistics support to its component cities and municipalities for rapid response and disaster mitigation efforts. The first aid bags contain electronic blood pressure monitor and gauge, face masks, emergency medical kits including bandages, goose pads, and other antiseptic supplies. The supplies were distributed to 720 barangays, prepositioned for immediate access and mobilization during calamities and response operations. Bonina also emphasized that these supplies complement those purchased by rural health units and city health offices as part of the province's disaster preparedness strategy. The Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council and APHO DRRMH, in partnership with the Liga ng mga Barangay sa Albay, led the distribution. In other story, over 2,200 Albayanos have received food assistance from the Department of Social Welfare and Development Bicol through the Walang Gutom Food redemption activities. The assistance was distributed in the towns of Libon, Uwas, Piudran, Pulangi, Kamalig, Draga, Ginubatan, Villar, Bakakay, Malinao, and Tui, as well as in the cities of Ligao and Tabaco and Albay. Each beneficiary was issued an electronic benefits transfer card, allowed them to redeem 3,000 worth of food credits. With their EBT cards, the beneficiaries were able to claim 25 kilograms of rice, chickens, eggs, and assorted fruits and vegetables from the agency's partner retailers. The recipients of these food items included senior citizens, persons with disabilities, and solo parents who are beneficiaries of the program. Walang Gutom program by DSWD aims to eliminate involuntary hunger among vulnerable sectors by providing them with food assistance, while also promoting long-term well-being and ensuring that everyone has access to nutritious meals. In the news, in the national scene, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. wants to ramp up livestock consolidation and intensify biosecurity measures in addition to the ongoing vaccination against African swine fever to fight the virus. The president emphasized the significance of biosecurity, stating that if the piggeries are not properly managed, subsequent stocks will be exposed to the disease even if the hogs are vaccinated. The president was reassured by Agriculture Undersecretary designated for Livestock Constante J. Palabrica, and biosecurity is being implemented and that farmers are being informed on how to handle such measures. According to Palabrica, 80% of the pigs are fully protected after receiving their vaccinations. Additionally, Palabrica told the president that ASF problem is under control and that 50,000 hogs have been inoculated as a result of the ongoing vaccine drive. According to Palabrica, the FDA will receive the data from both a regular release and the amended release permission. In other story, relentless efforts by the government to fight money laundering and terrorism financing and implement similar reforms resulted in the Philippines' removal from the Financial Action Task Force Gray List, Malacanang announced. According to Palace press officer and PCO Undersecretary Attorney Clarissa Castro, the nation's exclusion from the FATF grey list is a significant achievement since it will facilitate financial transactions, attract more international investors, and reduce remittance fees for overseas Filipino workers. When a nation is placed on the FATF's grey list, it means that it is being closely watched because of the shortcomings in its efforts to combat money laundering and terrorism financing, among other things. Conversely, nations on the blacklist are those that have serious strategic flaws or a dearth of policies to combat money laundering and the funding of terrorism. After the international watchdog found 18 shortcomings that the government needed to fix to combat money laundering and terrorism financing, the Philippines was placed on the FATF's grey list in 2021. To guarantee that national authorities may successfully pursue illicit finances connected to drug trafficking, the illegal trade in weapons, cyber fraud, and other major crimes, the 39-member organization also establishes worldwide standards. In other news, an impeachment secretariat was established by the House of Representatives to offer administrative and technical assistance for Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. To guarantee a smooth trial procedure, House Secretary General Reginald Velasco established a secretariat under Memorandum Order 19-1006. Employees from important House departments will make up the secretariat. Plenary support, legal research, records maintenance, and administrative coordination are among their duties. Velasco underlined that throughout the trial, the Secretariat will remain impartial and professional while abiding by stringent House regulations and ethical standards. By maintaining the integrity of the processes, the action seeks to enable a seamless and effective trial procedure. And in the news outside the country, Taiwan sent its forces to following China's announcement that it was conducting live fire drills off the island, according to Taiwan's defense ministry. The ministry claims that as part of its joint combat training, China flew 32 aircraft around Taiwan and said that it will be conducting live fire drills in an area that is just 40 nautical miles from the southern portion of the self-governing island. In response, Taiwan dispatched its air, sea, and land forces to monitor, remain, and on guard, and react appropriately to China's exercises. By establishing a drill zone only 40 nautical miles from the coast of Kaohsiung and Pingtung, where China will carry out live fire exercises without any prior notice, the Taiwanese Defense Ministry claimed that China's People's Liberation Army had flagrantly broken international standards. This was a clear threat to regional security and stability, in addition to posing a serious risk to the safety of international aircraft and ocean-going vessels. The massive nation's persistent claims Taiwan is a part of its territory coincide with China's expanding use of its resources in the area. And finally, in the news outside the country, South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol defended his declaration of martial law in his final remarks at the impeachment trial, saying it was a move to publicize the opposition's threat to the country. Yoon insisted that there was nothing wrong with that. He did. Even though the Constitutional Court is anticipated to make a decision before March on whether to remove him from the office or reinstate him. As you may remember, Yoon imposed martial law on December 3, which shattered the nation's political and economic order. He was therefore impeached by the National Assembly, which was controlled by the Liberal opposition, and accused of insurrection, for which he could face the death penalty or life sentence. According to Yoon, he took this action to keep the peace and not to interfere with the legislature's work. Nonetheless, several military officers said that Yoon gave them instructions to stop lawmakers from rescinding his directive. Large-scale demonstrations are currently occurring in South Korean cities, with a populace displayed between Yoon's supporters and detractors. If he is ultimately removed from office, a new president will be chosen in 2 months in quick elections. And that's all for the news at 12, March 3, 2025. We'll be back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our news writer, LJ Lurejo and Dan Rokyun. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. Of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Baby Glenda Ongbungao, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.